Hey LAN Party gamers, welcome back to CES coverage. Well, this time post-CES coverage. CES was just shy of a month ago, as you may know, and if you want to see our other footage from that, you can check that up in the playlist above. But this is a very special occasion for me. We weren't able to visit our friends at Thermaltake longer than a few minutes, not enough time while we were there to capture coverage of their new cases. And they have been awesome enough to send this to us for a very special build for one of our LAN Party gamers to help him out. And we'll get back into that after we go through the perks of this particular case. This is the Ceres 500 TG ARGB case in Snow White. This case is covered in more than 60% hole coverage for airflow. That's on the front, the top, the back, and the bottom, giving you way more air coverage than a lot of cases. And these holes aren't small little holes. They are large holes with dust filters behind them in order to have maximum air coverage. You can fit up to two 360 millimeter rads, that's the top and the front, or a single 420 millimeter rad instead. We're going to be taking a look at the features of this case and then upgrading one of our LAN Party gamers who's been a friend of mine since prior to high school, and he bought our ammo can computer, which, as you may have seen in the build for that, where we talked about some of my custom builds, it doesn't get a whole lot of airflow. It was meant to be a display, something that we use at events for VR for a few hours during the weekends and then put back on a shelf to look at. Well, he's been using it full-time for work, gaming, you name it. It is a family computer and for VR. So we're going to be taking the components out of that ammo can and putting them into here. But not only that, we're going to be upgrading him with a TOUGHLIQUID ARGB sync all-in-one cooling solution for his i7. So stick with us here as we go through some of the perks of this case, and then we'll get him in here to start that build. Talking about the specs of this case here, as we said, over 60% of the surface is covered in these larger diameter holes for maximum airflow, and that's what this case was designed for. But it is also a good looking case. We've got a full tempered side panel that's glass here to enjoy your build and see all the RGB fans, of which it comes with 4 CT140 ARGB fans. That's 1 in the back, 3 in the front, and obviously room for more, which will likely sync up with the ones that we were provided for the all-in-one coolers to give us a unified look and be able to share all of the RGB throughout the whole case as far as the signals go for that. For I/O, towards the front here, we've got a power button, USB-C, dual USB-A 3.0 ports, the lights for indication of on and utilization, as well as a reset switch. On the back here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 slots for your expansion card area. That's full ATX. And a pretty good size bay down at the bottom, which we like to call the basement, for your full ATX power supplies with a tray that comes out for easy installation. The front is devoid of drive bays, as you can see here. It is, again, for maximum airflow. And if you want to have more storage, we're likely going to have to put that down below in the basement along with the power supply. But that's why we're also upgrading his mass spinning storage with a 2 terabyte SSD. So once he gets here, we'll start the build and see how easy this process is in the Thermaltake Ceres 500 TG ARGB case. Okay, he's here. This is TJ.
Hello.
And we are going from this absolutely claustrophobic ammo can computer that you have seen in the custom build that we talked about before when we were doing the review of the case. And you were just telling me that you haven't even seen the web photos of what we're getting.
Yeah, I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to look at today. I've been super stoked on it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pull this down, come over here, and I want you to just lift it up and that way. And take a look. Yep.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What?
Yeah, you can put it on the chair or whatever.
Oh my god, it's white.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So that's what you wanted. You wanted a white case. I remember the photos of the kind you were looking at.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's so cool.
Full tempered glass, and more than 60% of it is airflow.
Oh my god.
These big holes. All the fans, it's got 4 140 mil RGB fans. And then we're going to throw this 240 rad in there, which can control the lights on the case.
Oh my, that's...
So...
Well, that's... that's
yeah.
I don't know what to say, man. This is really awesome.
Yeah.
This is really...
Let's get to building.
Dude, oh my god. Oh my god. I had no effing clue. I'm so serious. I had no idea. I honestly, when I saw the videos that you made before, I was honestly expecting just like this is so, oh my god. Oh my god. I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down.
So before we start building, they also wanted me to give you some swag. And I told him we'd wear it in the video. So
oh yeah, I'm about that.
Let's take a look.
Absolutely.
And he said, I don't know what size your buddy is, so I sent you a few. I got a large.
Yo!
I got an NL. I don't know what NL would be. Not large. What size is that?
This one's an XL.
Okay. I could probably wear that.
Here.
You got the large?
Yeah, I got the large.
And we'll save that one for somebody else. And...
Oh, I like that one though. It's got the anime go on it.
Oh, well, we'll take a look. I don't think. And then he also sent this Thermaltake bag. So thanks, Mike.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff in here. It's like it is an unboxing, but like a swag unboxing. Dude, dope glasses.
All right.
Let's just go at it.
Some Thermaltake pins.
Oh, yeah, it's a clothing pin, a backpack pin.
I will add this to my jacket.
Oh snap! Okay, I asked him specifically for stickers, so he gave us a bunch of stickers for the garage fridge. So I'll take like one of each and I'll slap them on there, and you can have anime girl waifu. Yeah. Thermaltake waifu pins. Whoa. More stickers.
Love it.
We'll get a picture of all this. And... So we're gonna get some baseline readings from the old case to see if the temperature increase really gives us the performance gains we're hoping for. So within a minute of running Prime 95, we're getting all cores 100%. We're already in the yellow warning label for all 4 cores. I mean, we're in the 90s, so it'll definitely hit the 98 max before it'll just... Yeah.
So even with my lower process games with the VR, if I'm running for a little while, it'd still be making it hard to run because it's trying to compensate.
And there it goes. There it is. Cool. All right. So that was less than 3 minutes. So we got to disassemble the old one.
Came off.
Well, may or may not be able to see. Flip it up a little bit. It's an i7. I think it's got 16 gigs of RAM and an 8 gig Radeon 480. So your bare bones VR rig is what we use it for. But which is fine for a trade show for 6 hours every month.
Yeah.
But for all day use, he's got an SSD for the OS, and then 2 hard drives for storage. One being a Velociraptor for quicker storage, but it's still a spinning disk. So grab that orange guy. Here's your new SSD. You can see the rat's nest used to be. The air used to come in this fan, go past the video card, and then get ejected out the back. But if either this fan or this fan were clogged, you had no airflow. And make sure that this one's up all the way. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, cool. So that is all that was cooling your computer. And when it was at idle, perfectly fine, room temperature, because the computer was at room temperature. But it doesn't take much to overwhelm that amount of copper.
I see that.
So next we'll unbox these. So we're going from the stock Intel CPU cooler to this guy. This is the TOUGHLIQUID 240 ARGB Sync This is not only going to be cooling the CPU, but it's also going to be controlling the RGB lights in the case. And we'll show you guys how we do that up close here in a moment. So that's the actual radiator, so careful with the fins, because they are easy to bend.
Be careful.
So this is the pump and the cooling block. That'll all touch the CPU. And, oh, okay, there isn't pre-applied thermal grease, but we have thermal grease.
But we have some.
Here. And then it also has like the fan controller for the same kind of fan plug that our old CPU cooler used.
Cool.
Same thing. There's all the cables. Oh, and there's more thermal grease. So they do include some in the bag.
Sweet.
And then all the different adapters and plugs for the RGB.
And then these are the, whoa, these
Those
are big
so
boys.
those are the fans that we can either attempt to use these, maybe up the top, which we'll probably do, or we can just use the fans that are in the case from the front. But might as well have 2 more fans for a total of, what, 4 plus 2 is 6.
I'm not going to complain.
So we'll have 3 in and 3 out. All right, so we got everything removed from the old case, cleaned off, isopropyled. We got our SSDs, our Velociraptor, and we're going to put all this stuff in the new case. A couple key features I thought were really cool, and I think you'll appreciate as a first-time builder, is like, I always worry about losing these screws, right? But as we undo these screws, they're captive.
Oh,
yeah.
neato.
Yeah, so that...
You don't have to worry about ever losing these
That's
things.
right. And then the front, if you come right here, the notch here opens this up, and the whole thing can come off. And we can put it on the bed, or we can put it somewhere soft.
So it's not getting in the way
exactly.
while you're working.
And you can't shatter it by dropping it or something like that.
We were playing with fire. Everything turned to dust. When we aimed to fly higher, we got lost and dragged each other down. We kept running from the shadows in the night, realizing it was not worth the fight. Moving on alone was what felt right, 'cause we were never meant to be. Dum dum da dum day. Dum dum da dum day. Dum dum da dum day. 'Cause we were never meant to be.
All right, with most of the computer built, what we have to do now is set up the RGB, the part that I've kind of been dreading because it's a whole rat's nest back here. And with the older i7s, they only came with either 12 volt standard RGB, so non-addressable, whereas all this is using 5 volt addressable RGB, which gives you way more colors and patterns and things like that. Luckily for us, the case does not come with the controller, but the all-in-one water cooler is an RGB controller. So we're actually going to use the input, which would be normally from the motherboard, to take that signal that it generates all on its own and bring that to the rest of the case through what would normally be its input. And it uses it as an output. And I tested this and I confirmed this with handy people on the Thermaltake chat. So thank you, support, for confirming that this was going to work before I fried anything. So here we go. So this cable here is going to connect power to the all-in-one RGB, and then that cable is the one we were talking about, which goes from the all-in-one cooler to the rest of the fans to send the RGB signal out.
Oh, and this is what daisy chains with the other ones.
Exactly. So that's cool. That kind of negates the need for RGB from the motherboard, which this one does not have.
Neat.
Yes. Do the first boot. So power switch on the back, on the power supply, to I, one, yeah.
Nope. To the one.
All right, and then that's on top.
Whoa!
Whoa!
What?
Oh, it beeped!
And it beeped.
And the lights are showing. which means I plugged everything in right.
That's awesome. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You want to do the honors?
Yeah, yeah.
We have boot. How do you feel right now?
This is awesome. This is so awesome. I think we're gonna go with the black one to match this because it's got the blacks.
Okay.
Like that.
That looks good.
Yeah, I like that. That does look really nice, doesn't it?
Yeah. So go ahead and hit run.
Got it.
So with the score of over 200 points gained just from good airflow, you can see how a case with this many holes in it and 6 fans can really make a difference.
Yeah.
Compared to an ammo can, especially.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's and we've been running Prime 95. We ran it for less than 5 minutes in the ammo can. The computer shut down. We've been running it since we ended the 3D mark, and we're just chatting about the computer and the RGB, which was super easy to program with the buttons on the side. So you'll definitely be getting that like colors you want when you get home.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be really excited to take a look at what else it can do when I take it home.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks amazing, and I mean I can already tell a difference in how it's acting and stuff too.
And there was 0 stuttering in the tests, which there was previously, just because it was choked. And you know, having all the dust filters will help keep it clean. And the extra USB ports and USB-C in the front looks really nice. And
It's just a really
it's like finally your computer.
It's a really pretty machine, man. This is again way more than I even expected it to be. So
well,
thank you, man.
Huge,
this is super awesome.
Well, yeah, huge shout out to Thermaltake for both the cooler and the case, and Silverstone for the custom cables. They sent that to us like 3 years ago, prior to COVID, actually, and I just didn't have a really good reason to use them, so you got those too. So they look great. Black and white color scheme is always classy. And then it really bounces the RGB off well inside that white case.
Yeah, I like how all the lights bounce off in there. It's just everything about it's beautiful.
Cool. Well, now you have something to bring to LAN.
I'm excited. Hell yeah.
Cool. What are you going to play this week?
What am I going to play this week?
Yeah.
I'm going to play Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah. There you go.
That's the first VR game that I really got like hooked on when you got me the computer, and that's the one I want to finish now.
Nice. Yeah,
so,
with a lot less stuttering. Well, that's about it. I hope you guys liked our build. Sort of more of a build guide and a surprise party, and but it is definitely a joy to build in. And if you're looking for something that has a lot of airflow, it comes with 4 RGB or ARGB fans in the box. I definitely suggest it. And you get what you pay for. The captive screws, the side panel, everything screams high quality, and the airflow is nothing to shake a stick at. So. And
coming from someone that's building a PC for the first time, I'm not really a tech savvy person. It's great to have someone like Brian to explain things, but as far as being able to do it myself, like I figured if I had a YouTube video I could probably install most of this myself as well.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's really nice for a first-time user,
It was definitely intuitive, too. Like, the documentation, I'm sure, would have been useful, but the screws go where they're going to go.
Yeah, I've never even seen the screws like this, where they pop in, they're built into the case like that. It's great design.
Well, thanks for tuning in. Hope that helped. If you have anything else that you want to see from either this CES or from something else that we could help you with, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to see you subscribe. We're nearly at 2,000 subs now. We're about 40 away as we speak, so we'd love to see you guys help us get there. Please share this with your friends, and have a great time. Bye-bye.